Hey,
Let's address it
grab your coffee
with Haley.
and Cody. Lay it on me. Lay it on me. Let me hear it.
It's a very simple fact. Did you know that in the Gothic era, between the 12th and 16th century, brides did not wear white?
Okay.
They wore their wealth,
Oh,
which
interesting.
means based on what level status they were,
Okay.
they wore the color that was associated with that. And it typically was a jewel tone and gold embroideries, mostly.
That's really interesting. Do you have the breakdown in color? Like wooded, blue?
In my brain, no.
No?
No.
I'm curious now. Now I need to dive in more. Sorry. I was like, tell me more.
No.
Oh, that's interesting though.
Yeah. Yeah, white didn't become a thing until Queen Victoria got married in 1840.
Okay, so, well, I guess they could paint it. Never mind. That was a silly thing I'm not going to say out loud. I was going to
Is
be
that
like,
like the
I was going to be like,
knockoff?
okay, so like if you're looking back at photos, how would you know? Because they were all black and white, but
There were not. They were painted.
they were painted, yes. So
Yeah.
that's my fact for you. They were painted.
Lovely. So we're going to talk about something that always starts to kind of ramp up when
Around
September
this
hits.
time of year.
Yep. When September hits, we are approaching more of like the moody aesthetics. So vintage Gothic in terms of wedding planning.
Perfect. Perfect. So you were kind of telling me too, like when we were talking about this, that there's the two types that are really inspiring it today.
Yes.
So we'll do a deep dive of it, but it's going to be your historical Gothic, which is going to be like the Renaissance era. And then that 19th century Queen Elizabeth comes into play, the Victorian.
Victoria.
Queen Victoria. So
Yes,
sorry. Queen
yes.
Victoria.
We all know Queen Elizabeth for
Yeah.
a long time, you know.
You know? 19th century.
Yeah.
But that Victorian Gothic vibe. So they come together in a really beautiful way today.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Turns into the modern Gothic kind of feel that I always want to just stop at goth and then.
I mean, I'm here for it. But I love finding out these little details because if you're naturally drawn to this, and it's nice to hear like where it comes from. I love it.
Yeah. And I was actually telling Keith about our topics, and it got us on an offshoot of different like cathedral churches in
so
different
pretty.
countries, and just the very like high vaulted ceilings, the Gothic architecture of like I don't even know how to describe it, where it like arches in and it's just peaked at the top, you know, with like wooden and like, stained glass windows. Like
So
we're
pretty.
really, really big in
I
that
mean, everybody
era.
has pretty much seen the TikTok videos of that one church in Germany. And that is
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
on my bucket list. It is beautiful. And whenever we're talking about this kind of style of wedding, that comes to my mind immediately.
Yeah, the one that Keith brought up was the one that's been in like progress for hundreds of years in Barcelona that is targeted to finish in 2026.
So pretty.
So anyway,
Love it.
think Gothic churches when we think of the way back Renaissance. And as far as dresses, they were a little bit more flowy. They had kind of like the arm slit and the sleeves flowed behind, acting kind of as a veil. Heavy veils were big
Oh.
during the original Gothic era.
Were they like satin material or like
No, they were just like heavier materials, like embroidery
oh,
and stuff like
gotcha.
that.
Pretty. Pretty.
Yeah.
I love that. And so they were using kind of the sleeve as the veil, which is so fun because I feel like nowadays we've switched it to like the cape feel.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we're back there.
We're back and I love it. I'm here for it. And then the fabrics,
Yeah.
the velvets, the brocades,
Very
the
rich.
silk. Oh, so pretty. And how you were saying in your fact that you dive into your status by the color you wear.
Yes.
That is crazy. I need
Yep.
to like
I know.
dive into that. I love it.
Yeah, we'll find some more things. Square necks were big, actually, in the medieval era. So that's back, we know. And then the basque waist is where Queen Victoria brought this new vibe in. And she set the standard for the white dress.
Yeah.
Like before Queen Victoria, white was not the standard. Like colors, everything. But she brought the corseted bodices in, the white, and then she had this beautiful lace detailing where this is kind of where black started to turn into more of a mourning thing.
Oh,
Like
interesting. Yeah.
funerals, and it was
Yeah.
associated with death and mourning. Laces were still around, but the darker, moody tones were definitely.
They kind of separated a little
Yes,
bit.
exactly. They were a thing of the past. So it was kind of interesting to see how that was brought in, and just the moody tones just kind of like got put away for a little bit. They were in the cupboard.
And I love that. Okay, so if we like really break this down,
Yeah.
so like 19th century, that's when we were like the whites and the ivory, like the lighter tones, stepping away from the dark,
That was more
right?
status.
And now we're thinking of it today,
Yeah.
which is wild that it is becoming more and more popular, so beautifully done. And they are still sticking to like when you're seeing black lace, I love that. It is kind of doing that little nod to the Victorian lace, and now it's bringing back the mood. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's a very moody aesthetic, and I've seen a lot of brides bring like the wax sealed envelopes.
Yes.
Are something that you can tie in if you're doing a vintage Gothic inspired wedding. I mean, basque waists are everywhere. Black laces, square necks are still in, and you can just beautifully blend these two different eras together to create your own Victorian aspect.
Sure. And it doesn't necessarily even have to be like the wedding dress either. Like if you used like black lace as the table runner or like set the mood with the candles and
Or
like
velvet bridesmaids dresses. Those are still a thing in the moody jewel tones.
there's so many beautiful ways to do this. And I love it.
I've seen black veils with the detail on it.
When we were just at market,
Right.
that one veil was so beautiful. It was just a long cathedral, but then it had like the really pretty jewel tone floral on it.
yeah.
And I was like, we need this.
It was good.
It was so pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah. And candlelight, just going back to like aesthetic, where you have the candlestick holder, and you had them.
I did.
Yes. Yeah. Just a little candlestick holder in the middle of the table, and just like the wax dripping down the candle, I feel like it's a vibe on its own.
I love looking at my photos and seeing that. Like, it's
Yeah.
just fun. I mean, we did kind of Edgar Allan Poe Gothic inspired, and it turned out beautifully. There's a really, really pretty way to do it. One of our brides, I'm like floored, and I hope she doesn't think I'm weird when I just randomly show up at her wedding because I really want to. She found this beautiful like castle here in Michigan that's kind of like run down a little bit, but she was describing it as she wanted it to be like vampire-esque Gothic, like midnight wedding. It is going to be stunning. I know.
Wow.
And Michigan is like a really fun place to find these like venues that will fit this vibe. Detroit, all the churches down there, like gorgeous. Finding random castles, like
Yep.
I love it.
Yep. Yeah.
Everyone loves fall. So it is a perfect time to do this around this time of year.
Yes. So just to recap,
Sure.
we have the Gothic influence from the medieval Renaissance time.
Love it.
We have the influence from Queen Victoria.
Yep.
And those blend beautifully to create a very moody and kind of dark, beautiful elegance.
Dark academia.
Yeah, dark academia. It's completely different from the light, airy boho and some, that kind of was trending for a while. But once we hit September 1st, it's always a little bit more moody.
I can't wait to see what our brides are doing and thinking, and like when they start their alterations, like how are they bringing it with their shoes, their accessories, like putting all the details together, because there are so many different ways you can do this. And every single one is so pretty. So if you are one of these brides, I want to hear. Tell us what you have planned, what's up your sleeve.
Comment your wedding
Yes.
date. We want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Love
hear it.
Be sure to comment below, like we said, like, subscribe, and if you have any topics you want us to cover, let us know.
We'll have a spooky time.
See you later.